Om. Now we are come to the concluding verse of the Vishnu Sahasranaama, the 107th verse, in which all the 1,000 names of Mahavishnu are concluded. Shankabhrang Nandaki Chakri Shangadanva Gatadharaha Rathangapani Rakshobhyaha Sarva Praharanayudaha Shankabhrut Nandaki Chakri Shangadhanva Gadadharaha Rathangapanihi Akshobhyaha Sarva Praharanayudaha. Shankabhrut means the bearer of the conch shell. Mahavishnu in his four hands has four different of these symbols which we are seeing in this particular verse. Shankha, the conch is in one hand. Nandaki, he is wielding the Nandaka, the sword, in another hand. Chakri, he is sporting the discus known as Sudarshana in one of his hands. Shangadanva, he is holding the bow known as Shanga. Gadadharaha, he is also having with him the mace known as Kaumudi. Rathangapanihi, he is also known as Rathangapanihi, the wielding one who held in his hand the chariot's wheel. Akshobhyaha, he is without any agitation whatsoever, always smiling, peaceful, and quiet. Sarva Praharana Ayudaha, he is armed with all kinds of destructive weapons. Or it means he can use anything as a weapon if he has to tackle a unrighteous person. Shankabhrut, bearer of the conch shell. The divine conch in his hand is known as Panchajanya. Panchajanya literally means born of the five. What are these five? These are our sense organs. So, Panchajanya stands for the mind. Mind being the seat of ego, the Shastras declare that the conch in the hands of Mahavishnu denotes the ego factor, that is Ahankara Tattva in personalities of all the jivas. This name also suggests that Mahavishnu is the one who helps to keep in check our ahankara, our ego. Now, Sri Mahavishnu, who has a conch in one hand, has in another hand the Nandaki, Nandaka, the sword. So it's called Nandaki. Nandaki means wielder of the sword Nandaka. The Lord's sword is known as Nandaka. This term indicates one who holds and wields the Nandaka sword is called Nandaki. Actually, Nanda, Nandakam means that which brings joy, bliss, Nanda, Ananda, Mahananda, Paramananda. All these are derived from the word Nanda. The Shastras sing that the divine sword in the sacred hands of Lord Mahavishnu represents knowledge, the spiritual wisdom, which actually brings bliss to us. It destroys our ignorance and takes us to the level of supreme bliss. So this represents what is called Vidya Tattva. It helps to remove the ignorance in the beings. Sri Mahavishnu, who has the conch and the sword in his hands, is also known as Chakri because he is having in his hand the chakra, the discus known as Sudarshana. Wearer of the discus Sudarshana is called Chakri. And the name of the discus in the hands of Mahavishnu is known as Sudarshana Chakra. Sudarshana means auspicious vision, good vision. So as per the Shastras, the discus, the supreme discus, the divine discus, the Sudarshan Chakra represents the human mind. Now, the Chaturbhuja Mahavishnu, besides the conch, the sword, and the discus, also wields the bow known as Sharanga, Shanga. So it's called Shanga Dhanva, wielder of the bow, Shanga. Actually, you have to pronounce Shanga. One who aims his unerring bow called Shanga. This bow of Narayana is glorified in our text as also representing the ego, which is the apex of all the sense organs. Again, meaning Ankara Tattva. So, in this concluding verse, concluding stanza of Sri Vishnu Sahasranaama, the instruments of blessings in Mahavishnu's hands are remembered with reverence and devotion. Apart from this, he also has the mace Kaumodaki. It's also always with Mahavishnu. So, mace is called Gada. So, it's called Gada Dharaha. One, he is holding the Gada. Gada, name of the cow is Kaumudi. Kaumodaki is also known as Kaumodaki. It generates moda, is kush. Ganapati has what is called modaka. Modaka means moda, means giving happiness. So it generates and spreads beauty and joy. Kaumodaka. Now this maze is described as representing the intellect, buddhi tattva in the beings. So Mahavishnu as Krishna also wielded the chariot wheel. That is, when he was holding the reins of chariot in Kurukshetra war. So it's called Rathangapanihi. Rathangapanihi holding the rein. This happened during the Mahabharata war when Arjuna was hesitating to put his heart and soul in the fight with Bhishma. As a result, Bhishma's arrows were piercing Arjuna. Some of those arrows also pierced Lord Krishna. Krishna was getting irritated at the unwillingness of Arjuna to use all his might. So, in a mock anger, he jumps down from Arjuna's chariot, takes a broken wheel, a wheel of a broken chariot lying on the ground, holds it like a discus, and starts running towards Bhishma. But it was only a mock anger. Bhishma was only too happy that Krishna should come and give moksha to him. But it was not to be. Arjuna runs after Krishna, begs him, it's a matter of my prestige. Please don't do that. You promised that you will not wield any weapon in the war. Please cool down, come back. Now I am assuring you, I am promising you, I will fight my full heart and soul with Bhishma and kill him. Then Krishna smilingly returns back to the Arjuna's chariot. This was only a mock show of anger. But in the process, he was holding the chariot wheel for some time in his hand. So he is known as Rathangapanihi. Ratha Angapani. Rathanga means part of a chariot. That is the wheel of a chariot which he was holding. Now, this also reference is to a discus which hold in a chakri. Sudarshana also is also a chakra. One may like to interpret this term in other ways also, but in glorification hymn or a devotional chant, repetition of a name is not a sin. In fact, it is quite natural. So he became a charioteer, Rathasarathi, for Arjuna. Another name of Arjuna is Partha. So he got the name Parthasarathi. Parthasarathi is one of the very popular names of Lord Krishna. Such a noble being is incapable of ever being agitated. So it's called Akshobhyaha, without any agitation. He is ever peaceful. He is one who cannot be exasperated by anyone, by any act or any acts, however blasphemous they may look like. Supreme is one whose peace and calm cannot be disturbed by any happening in the outer world. So Akshobhya is a term which suggests Supreme is having infinite patience, love, kindness, compassion towards all the beings and all the frailties which are there for a mortal being. The Supreme Being is one no one can ever challenge. If someone does dare to challenge him, the Supreme, he can use anything as a deadly weapon. So it's called Sarva Praharana Ayudaha. Anything he can use, he can employ as a deadly Praharana Ayudaha, deadly weapon. He can use anything. So, if you give Virat Rupa, Vishwarupa, you will see thousands of hands. In thousands of hands, he is holding thousands of instruments, implements. Each of them can be a deadly weapon. If at all somebody dares to oppose the Supreme. So no enemy can surprise him. He is the conqueror of all. He has weapons to meet any missile, however powerful. So this is the concluding name of Sri Vishnu Sahasranaama. So this name is repeated once more to indicate, is uttered twice to indicate the conclusion of recitation of the 1,000 names, and it is prefixed with Om. Om signifies auspiciousness. It is suffixed with Namaha. Namaha displays, indicates our feeling of total surrender. So let us chant this name once again with this prefix and suffix to conclude this Vishnu Sahasranama. Om Sri Sarva Praharanayudaha Om Nama Iti. श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः